Now let's take a look at note number 27, the quadratic formula. You use this to solve second-degree equations, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So the solution to such an equation, which is called a quadratic equation, can be found by using the quadratic formula. X equals, it's a fraction. On the top you have negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. Now we'll try an example where we're going to solve with the quadratic formula. And the quadratic equation we're going to solve is very simple. It's x squared plus 2 equals negative 2 times x. It's not in standard form, it's messed up, so first thing we'll have to do is get it into standard form, which means get everything on the left side. So we'll have x squared, a positive 2x, and then plus the 2 equals 0. So we just added 2x to both sides. Now we model that, we compare that to the standard quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And we make a close comparison. We see the a value for our problem is equal to 1. That's the number multiplying x. A is a number multiplying x squared. B is a number multiplying x, so that's equal to positive 2. And c is a number added at the end. That's a positive 2. Now these happen to all be positive. In some cases they might be negative, so you have to be careful. Next thing you want to do is write down the quadratic formula. It's x equals a big fraction. On the top we have negative b plus or minus a big long square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, and on the denominator 2 times a. We'll put that in a cloud to remind ourselves it's a formula. Now that implies for this particular problem x will be equal to negative parenthesis, we're putting the b in there in a moment, plus or minus the square root of parenthesis squared minus 4 times parenthesis over 2 times parenthesis. Now let's plug in the values. First let's plug in the b. b is equal to 2. It goes inside of this parenthesis and this one. Next let's plug in the a. a is equal to 1. It goes here and here. And finally the c is equal to 2. It just goes here. So now we're ready to simplify our solutions. X equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared is 4 minus 4 times 1 times 2 is 8 over 2 times 1 is 2. So that's equal to negative 2 plus or minus negative 4, the square root of negative 4 over 2. Now let's continue because we can evaluate the square root of negative 4. X is equal to negative 2 plus or minus, well, you factor out the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 4 all over 2. That's equal to negative 2 plus or minus I times 2 over 2. And finally, let's simplify our fraction by factoring a common factor out of the top and bottom. We'll pull a 2 out of the top. It leaves negative 1 plus or minus I over 2. The 2's cancel. So our x values are negative 1 plus or minus I. Those are our solutions. There's two of them, one with the plus sign, one with the minus sign. and they're already written in standard complex form, a plus bi.